Hello Innoventors, I'm Karima Gulik, registered patent attorney and trademark attorney at Innovent Law. Today I wanted to talk about the top 5 trademark mistakes that I see business owners make and how to avoid them. Some of these can be really costly, so let's dive in. The first one is picking a name and building a brand without doing proper search. This one is one of the costliest mistakes. The reason is others might not get wind of you using their trademark right away, it is a matter of time before you start building and growing your business and then finding out, sending you a cease and desist letter, and at that time you'll have to rebrand and spend a lot of money on redoing everything, getting rid of what you already have. And that tends to be one of the costliest mistakes. The second costly mistake that I see is not registering your mark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. When business owners have been using their mark for years, and I'm talking decades, not registering their mark, finally get around to it, only to find out that somebody else who started using the mark after them has registered the mark. Now, you get some common law trademark rights just by using the mark in commerce. However, those rights are limited and only apply to your geographical area. Now, while you can still fight the other registered mark, it just ends up being extremely costly, and a lot of times people don't want to spend the money on fighting to just get what was theirs to begin with. So I recommend filing and getting that search done, filing your trademark registrations to make sure that your rights are being preserved. The third common mistake that I see being made is picking a weak mark. And what do I mean by that? Any mark that are generic or descriptive, that are just describing the goods and services that you offer, are not protectable. The reason behind that is because trademark laws want to make sure that everybody can use certain marks that are just describing of what you do. So for example, if I own a Los Angeles cafe and I call it Los Angeles Cafe, I can't go trademark that, and I cannot go stop others from opening cafes in LA and calling them that. So make sure that your mark is not just a description or a generic mark of what you do. A clever name is exactly where you want to be, where people can tell what you're doing, but not 100% sure. The fourth mistake that I see being made is filing a mark and not using it. And this can happen two ways. One, from what I've seen, is people doing their own trademark registrations and applications, filing for one category of services that they don't use or don't end up using, and they end up with a trademark registration that is different than what their business is about. The second one in this subcategory is when someone alters their trademark, so either makes minor amendments, changes their logo if they filed the logo, and think that they're still protected when they're not. So you have to continue using the mark as you filed for it, essentially. The last top 5 common mistake that I see being made for trademarks is not keeping up with your trademarks. And this could happen in two ways. One, you filed for registration and you're not keeping up with your renewal fees. This is extremely painful to see, especially when someone has filed in the US and filed in other countries based off of the US application. They forget to file their renewal in the US, and they are losing all of their rights in other international countries by not maintaining their first and primary trademark. And in not keeping up with your mark, the second subcategory here is not enforcing your trademark. Now, while the USPTO is giving you a registration, they're not policing this trademark for you, and they're not giving you an exclusive right for it. So in order for you to make sure that your mark is strong and continues to be strong, make sure to police your mark and make sure that others are not filing for sort of close marks or are using those marks in commerce. Now, you can do this by a couple of ways. You can either set up a Google alert that would help you see anytime there is activity on that close mark, or the second way you can do this is by hiring a trademark professional, trademark attorney, to help you do a watch report. And they'll send you a report when anything comes up, or send you routine reports like we do. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure to drop them below, and make sure to subscribe. That way you get notifications every time we submit a new video.